Flu season is upon us, and the team over at Health Texas Medical Group wants to make sure that you and your family are ready. Dr. Kristi Clark joins me right now to answer some questions that many of you may have. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks. Good to be back, Fiona.
So there are 17 Health Texas clinics all around San Antonio, and they are ready to take on flu season.
Absolutely. The important thing to remember is as fall is approaching, we have a lot of fun things that we're doing in the fall, Halloween, football games, sporting events, but we're also in close proximity to each other. So there's a lot of illnesses, and the flu season comes on very shortly as October comes along us. The most important advice that I can give you is get your flu vaccination.
Right.
It is, even though it's not 100%, it is the sole best way to prevent yourself from getting the flu and the symptoms of the flu, and not just for yourself, but also for your family members, for those that you love. So it's important for elderly you're caring for, also for young children you may be caring for, to get your flu vaccination, because you're not only helping yourself, but also the community and other people you're protecting as well.
Absolutely.
Very important.
Yes, very important. And we have some viewer questions for you right now. The first comes from Twitter, and they ask, why do I need to get the flu shot? Which you kind of already addressed a little bit, you know.
Yeah, I think that is the main reason, is we need to think of it as a global community. There's something called herd immunity, where the more of us that get vaccinated, the less disease we can transmit throughout the community. So if a good 80% of us have gotten vaccinated, and that vaccination, say 60% effective, you have less influenza transmitting through the city, less people out, less sick days, less visits to the hospital. So overall, very important to get your flu vaccination. That's the reason why. It's not just for yourself, it's for the community.
All right, our next question, of course, comes from Facebook, and here it is. How early should I get the flu shot?
You should get the flu shot now. One of the things about the flu season is, as many of us know, it's a bit unpredictable. Last year, in fact, many experts were predicting that the flu season would be quite mild. And in fact, we had one of the worst flu seasons we'd ever seen. So sometimes the flu season can come on earlier. So the CDC is recommending that everyone should be vaccinated by the end of October. So you should get a vaccine now. The important time is whenever your physician has your vaccinations, start immunizing, because we have a lot of people to immunize. You don't get that now. It is not too early. Get your flu vaccine now, because it takes 2 weeks to work.
Oh, so you want to give yourself that time?
Absolutely, absolutely.
You want to wait till it's already here, right?
Now's the time.
All right, our next questions come from some audience members. All right, first question. Hi there.
Hi there. My question is, do people really get sick after getting the flu shot?
I would say that is probably the most common question that people ask. As a physician, that is, when anyone tells you they don't want to get their flu shot, that's almost always the reason why, is they're worried about that. Interestingly enough, when people feel like they've gotten the flu from their flu shot, really it's actually more of a local reaction. You have to remember that when you take the flu vaccination, your immune system makes antibodies, and sometimes these antibodies might create some low-grade fevers, or perhaps might make you have muscle pains. So you're really not having the flu, you actually might be having a reaction. Actually, it's your body working for the flu. The second thing to remember is that, like I said earlier, the flu vaccine takes 2 weeks to really take effect. So because the flu vaccination season kind of overlaps where we're already seeing colds and flus, it's also quite likely that you may contact a different cold or flu during that 2-week period where you're not immunized. So it kind of seems like you got the flu, but really it's more of a coincidence.
Yet another reason to just get it done as soon as possible,
absolutely.
Right?
Very good point.
All right.
As soon as possible.
We have one more question from an audience member.
Hi, so what are the types of flu shots, and how do I know which one is the best for me?
That's a great question. There's a lot of flu shots out there, but each year it seems like they're getting more and more different varieties. But the truth of the matter is the CDC is recommending the vaccine that's right to get for you is the one that your physician or your clinic provider has. The nasal flu mist, which was not used last year, is back in use this year. However, the CDC and American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that you should only do the nasal mist if for some reason you can't do the flu vaccine. So the shot is still the #1 way to go. 6 months and older are receiving what's called a quadrivalent vaccine, which has four strains of virus in it. And people over 65 should receive the high-dose vaccine, and you should only do nasal if for some reason you can't take a vaccination. So vaccinate now, 6 months and up.
All right, let's get the information up on the screen. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Clark. We hope your questions have been answered. Just call 731-HTMG. That's 731-HTMG for more information, or head to HealthTexas.com. HealthTexasandKSAT.org.